and welcome to another teacher talk session tonight. And tonight we are going to have our 195th session. We are very excited. We are very close to our 200 sessions. I'm really so excited about our 200 guests. We haven't known who is he or who is she yet. Anyways, before starting our live session, I would like to say thank you very much for National Geographic Learning to being our sponsor tonight. As you see that, and so I'm really happy tonight. And as you know that we have different teachers from different part of the world every Monday. So tonight we have an English instructor at Celal Bayar University, the School of Foreign Languages, Mustafa Ghoniem. He is here, and when he sent me invitation to join, we will start our live session. Mustafa Hocam, you are here. You can send me request to join. Or let me invite you. I can invite you also. You need to accept it. Why there is a button at the bottom of the screen. You can see that. Send the request to join. And I have sent you the invitation. You can accept it. Let me send you the invitation again. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally. Okay. So, hello, Mustafa Hocam. It's great to see you. And I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation for Teacher Talk session and being my guest for 195th session.
Yeah, yeah. It's great to see you too. And I'm happy to be here with all of you. Thank you very much.
It's wonderful. I think you are a very nice place right now. We can see that. A very
Yeah.
comfortable area. Okay, thank you very much. I think you
Welcome.
pull over the car
Yeah.
and to join this session. We are very
Yeah.
happy and grateful for you. Okay,
You're a very
so if you're
special
ready,
person for
yeah,
me. So I always
thank you
find
very
time
much. You too,
for you.
Hocam. You too. Thank you. Okay, so if you're ready, we can start, can we?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, I know about you, Mustafa Hocam, and but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences?
Okay. So first of all, my name is Mustafa Ghoniem, and I am from Egypt. I've been here in Turkey for almost 13 years. I'm teaching at Celal Bayar University, the School of Foreign Languages, and before that, I was teaching as well in Egypt for the ETF, which is the Egyptian Tourism Federation. I was
Hmm,
teaching, I was teaching English for the hotel staff that they are working, yes, in
very
hotels in
interesting.
Egypt. Yeah. Uh, uh, I started teaching actually at when I was at my military service. Yeah.
Oh, really? Very,
So,
very nice.
it was a nice story actually because before that uh, I graduated the Faculty of Arts and English Language and Literature.
Uh-huh.
And teaching was not actually one of my uh, on my radar. Actually, I wasn't thinking about teaching. Well, yeah, it was not something that I really wanted to do at the beginning before joining the military service. And when I joined the military service, I had to do it, and it was obligatory actually to do that.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I see.
But in there, when I started teaching, in there, I found that, wow, it's a very nice job. Yeah. And why didn't
Yeah.
I think about that before? And that's how it started.
I
Yeah.
see. It's a wonderful, wonderful moment to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Mustafa Hocam, thank you very much. And my
You're
next
welcome.
question is like, what was or were your turning point or points in your own education?
Yeah. I have like some turning points uh, in my own education, starting from the third grade. Uh, I was I was very good at learning and I liked the school and everything. But then one of the turning points I had was uh, in my math class.
Oh.
Yes, because we had the midterm exams, and then when I entered the midterm exams, I was very confident with all my learning and all that stuff at third grade. And you know, with kids, it's not very important actually to think about exams and such stuff. But then I found that I failed the exam and I was
Uh-huh.
very shocked. I got
Oh.
6 out of 100. So,
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful,
yeah,
great.
yeah, it was a shock moment for me actually, and it was one of the turning points in my education. And I said, no, education, yeah, it has to be taken a little bit more serious.
Yeah,
And
exactly, exactly.
yeah, and it turned out that actually mathematics was one of my best subjects that I had, uh, yeah, throughout my entire education. Yeah,
Wow. It's nice. Of course, after getting 6 out of 100,
yeah,
after that, for definitely that could
yeah,
be
mm,
your the best lesson.
mm,
But as you know that as a language teachers, we all
yeah,
love maths.
yes. Yeah.
All right.
And also one of my turning points was at high school with my English teacher actually.
Ah,
She was one of the best teachers I've ever had in my life because my school or my class actually was not one of the best classes to be learning because we had a lot of naughty kids and you know at high school the students always they don't want to learn but that
no, I see.
yeah, but that teacher actually, she gave us the inspiration to learn and to develop ourselves. And it
Mm-hmm.
was one of the best teachers I've ever had in my life.
I see. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for
you're
sharing
welcome.
the moments with us, Mustafa. And what I'm gonna ask you that I know that you have been teaching for a long time as a language teacher and instructor right now,
Yeah,
and probably in during this time you have tried a lot of different methodologies and techniques and strategies in your lessons, and probably you have the philosophy, teaching
yeah.
philosophy. So what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching?
Well, my philosophy actually, it came from my English teacher at high school, which is, she inspired me to make the education actually student-centered. Is the education is not like a curriculum or exams or that. You have to make the student like your subject. You have to
Uh-huh.
make him. You have to engage the student in your learning process. Yes, the student should see um, the subject that you're teaching not as a subject. that he has to take at school and take exams in, but he has to see the uh, it's a subject that helps him to develop his personality and make him more confident and make him uh, yeah it um, it should make the students see that this is actually important for his life.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's actually my philosophy, to make the students uh, engage the lesson with their real life, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I see. Thank you. Thank you very
you're
much
welcome.
for sharing your philosophy
Mm,
with us,
thank
Mustafa
you.
Hocam. Okay. And you know that as an educators, we have a lot of, a lot of
Hmm.
stories in our life
Yeah,
and in education life or our, the real life.
yeah,
Okay. So probably sometimes we all have sometimes some bad stories and some good stories and some, successful stories and some failed ones.
yeah.
And what I want to hear from you, can you tell us one or maybe two success stories of yours? Something inspirational for all of
Well,
us,
okay.
if you have.
Uh, I have two successful stories I can share with you that
Sure.
I can remember. These are ones that I always remember in my life because they really inspired me as a teacher as well, not only inspired the students. One of them was when I was teaching at one of the hotels in Egypt, when I was at the ETF. I was
Mm-hmm.
at a hotel and I was teaching, and there was a guy that was not very young. He was around 35 years old or 30 years
I
old,
see.
something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in his 30s. And he was a chef in there, and it was not an obligation for him to learn English. Because yeah, we were teaching the people who are in contact with customers only.
I
Yes,
see.
the
Mm-hmm.
residents. So, but instead of that, he actually came to me and he said, "I want to join your classes."
Oh, I
And
see.
yeah, and I said to him, "But your working hours will not be suitable for that." So he said, "Okay, so at least can you give me some tasks and I can work on them and then I can share them with you in the evening because I was staying at the hotel for 3 weeks and then I was going home for 1 week. Yeah, it
Oh,
was
I
like a
see.
resort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I,
I said, okay, yeah, I can spare some time from my evening and I can teach you as well for them. And I tested him with few tasks and I was giving him the task. He was studying while he was cooking, actually.
oh, very nice.
Yeah, and then he comes in the evening and he said, "I did this, I did this, I did
Oh,
this," and then
wonderful.
yeah, and we became best friends. Actually, he's one of my best friends.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and he is working now in Saudi Arabia, and because of his learning the language, he was able to work for the king of Saudi Arabia. He's working with the king of
Oh,
Saudi Arabia right now, and yeah,
cool.
and English actually helped him very much with that because the king he has to meet a lot of people from different places around the world, and
Exactly.
yeah, uh, that he's always calling me and telling me, yeah, teacher, you're one of the best things that happened to me in my life, and that was very nice thing to hear actually from people. Yeah,
Definitely. I'm sure that you are very happy to hear that because
yeah,
that you touch their hearts.
yeah,
That's the important thing is, and they still remember.
hmm,
They still remember it, and you
yeah,
still remember it. That's the important point, and that's
hmm,
really success stories of yours. We can say that.
yeah,
All right, thank you
exactly.
very much, Ajam.
And
And you know that as a yeah, come on, go ahead, please.
another story that I had was with the a student, a girl. I was teaching her at the first year in my uh, in Turkiye in at Celal Bayar University,
Oh, very
and
nice.
I didn't know any Turkish. And she didn't know any English actually. And the first thing that happened when I entered the class and I was getting to know every person in the class, and when I came to her and I asked her, how old are you? And she said, I'm fine, thank you. All the class laughed at her at that time. She got emotional and she cried and she left the class.
Oh,
And yeah, I went after her and tried to speak to her, and I couldn't actually because I didn't know how to communicate with her. It was like sign language or something like that.
I see.
But after that, uh, I started giving her sometimes extra minutes after the class, and I was giving her some tasks to do at home. And at the end of the year, she was the best student in the class, and we were able to communicate very well in English at that
Wonderful.
time. Yeah,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
that's the
Great.
other story that I
Thank you very
have.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for sharing these two lovely and inspirational stories with us here, Mustafa Hocam. Thank you.
thank you.
Okay. And you know that we are, as an educator, we all have different activities to use in our
Yeah.
classrooms, and we have some, special activities. We always want to use it in our lessons. When
Hmm.
you think about your activities to use,
Hmm.
can you tell us maybe one or two activities that you like to use in your classes, your secret activities?
Yeah. Actually, I cannot say they are secret because everybody knows them, but uh, one of the uh, most important activities that I think that it should not be skipped because I see a lot of teachers skip that activity is role playing. Role playing is very important for students to get engaged with the language
Mm-hmm.
because students fear to talk in English, and they it's not easy for them to speak. So um, role playing is very important. It's very essential for students, and you should give them real life situations
I
because
see.
sometimes books
Mm-hmm.
they are not focused on real life situations. They are focused on academic subjects and stuff. So you can give them the real life situations, and it can be fun, and it can break the ice for them while they are trying to learn. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very
you're
much.
welcome.
Thank you very much, Mustafa Hocam. All right. You know what I want to say that as an experienced teacher, you have taught a lot of
Yeah.
students in your career so far. I'm
Mhm.
sure that. When you think about that, can you tell us the challenges of students about learning a new language? Not the teacher side. I will come that teacher side later.
Mhm.
Right now, I just want to hear about the students side, students about learning a new
Yeah.
language, students challenges.
Well, uh, the first challenge I can think of that students face while learning a language is the grammar and vocabulary overload. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
because students throughout their learning education or their learning life, actually, when you think about language, they start, yeah, grammar and vocabulary, repeat, grammar and vocabulary, and repeat, and that's it. So I think that's one of the most challenges that students face because language is not grammar and vocabulary. Yeah,
I see.
yes, you have to use them. It's not only for you to study them, you should use them as well.
I
Another
got it.
thing is that
Mm-hmm.
students fear to make mistakes because in classroom they always there are always more than 15 to 20 people, I think, in
Mm-hmm.
classes. And if they make a mistake, they fear that someone may laugh at them or they, yeah, and uh, this can hinder their confidence
Mm-hmm. I
and
got
willing to
it. Thank you.
practice
Mm-hmm.
with you.
I
Yeah,
see. These two things are important,
yeah,
the challenge for the student side. All right. So
exactly.
let's think about the teacher side. Again, as an experienced teacher, and what are the difficulties that you face about teaching a new language for students? Let's not make it your general one. Let's think about the students in Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So, what kind of problems do you have to teach a new language for students in Turkey so far?
Yeah. Um, well, it's the same thing when I say that the grammar-focused education in Turkey is that when I have students coming to my classes at the university, well, they say that for more than 10 years, we are learning only grammar. So I see that when I say to students, okay, now it's grammar time. So I see that everyone is, yeah, everyone's concentrating. But then when I say to them, okay, we have some speaking activities right now, let's talk in English. So I say, no, no, not again. Yeah.
I
So,
got it.
yeah. So they're limited exposure also to the target language
Hmm.
because we spend time with them in classroom teaching English, but then when they go outside, there's no English anymore.
Yeah, that's a big the
Yeah,
problem I think for not
yeah.
only I mean like and for
Not only Turkey,
every
but
yeah,
yeah,
not
but
only Turkey,
everywhere.
some of
Yeah.
countries I see. Okay, so you know that when we teach something to our students in our classes, of course we we expect all of the students understand what we teach there, but that's not possible. Some of them they do not understand, and they come us come to us and they ask
Mm-hmm.
and ask about more help. All right. So when you
Mm-hmm.
think about this as an experienced one, how do you help your students when they need extra help about the topic or topics that they don't
Mm-hmm.
understand? What do you do, and what do you suggest to the teachers to do it?
Well, I suggested the teachers to do like some one-on-one sessions with students who need help. That's one of the things that is actually effective, and I found it effective myself with one of my best students.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if your time doesn't allow you, because at government schools or at normal or even some private schools, we don't have time, extra time to be with students one-on-one. So it's very important to give some supplementary materials as well, like sharing resources like videos, exercises, articles, and so on. And they can actually use these subjects to learn, and you can get feedback from them after that.
I
Yeah,
see. Mm-hmm.
and ask them to also for repetition.
Mm-hmm.
You can repeat when don't get angry with students that don't understand, because uh, not everyone understands at the same level. If one of the students asks you, I don't understand that, so just repeat and repeat for them. Let them and simplify, repeat it and simplify it with it. Yeah. So
I
that's
see.
another way as well.
That's okay. Thank you. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much, Mustafa Hocam, about it. All right. So let's we know in every country the people have a lot of ideas about the education system, and
Hmm.
sometimes they wonder. They said, if I had the chance
Hmm.
to change something about the system, I would change this, and that. But you've
Hmm.
been living, I think more than you said 13 years, some in Turkey, and probably
Hmm.
you have different ideas about the education systems.
Yeah.
And if you had a chance, this is a critical question. You need to be careful about it.
Yeah.
Giving an answer. If you had a
Yeah.
chance, okay,
Don't put me
to
behind
change,
bars.
if you had a chance to change, the one thing about the education or language education in Turkey,
Hmm.
especially in the universities, we can say, what would you change?
Well, I'll change the exam systems in here,
Mm-hmm.
because the education in Turkey is centered about exams. So students, they are not learning for learning. They are learning to pass exams in everything. There is exam for anything. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the exam system, it should be less high stakes, and it should be less stressful,
I
so that
see.
they can find the joy in learning.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
see. I got it, definitely. The exams makes them, the very nervous, huh?
yeah.
A lot
I
of exams. I see
I
that.
see I see students at 16 years old and they are using medications to for stress, and I say, what happens? It's you're 16 years old. What stress do you have in life for that? And they say exams. So
Exams.
that's, yeah. Uh,
They
I've
are
definitely changed that in my
probably
life.
nightmare. Yeah, exactly. It's a
Uh,
kind of a nightmare. Anyways, okay. Mustafa Hocam, we all have, thank you very much for your answer, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah,
The
yeah.
people, they
Mhm.
always, the tr need some motivation tools to do something, okay?
Yeah.
Especially to, to go to work, to go somewhere, to do something. When you think about yourself, what motivates you at your work?
Uh, what motivates me at my work? Students.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. When I see students happy and learning, so I become motivated.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's your
yeah,
motivation. Okay.
yes. And
Wonderful.
yeah, the joy of teaching. There's just, you go and see the students, and you see one student who cannot speak or cannot communicate in English, and after, yeah, a few weeks he is talking in English and he is listening and he is doing exercise and interacting. That makes, yeah, that's the thing that motivates me the most,
I
actually.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a question from teacher Ozzy, and he's asking, I need a piece of advice. How should I react when a student arrives late claiming he was busy smoking nargile or shisha? Thanks in
Yeah.
advance. Yeah, okay, that's a really great question to answer. Thank you, Ozzy. Thank you very much. It's very, the best questions of this session, we can say that. So yes, you have the microphone, Mustafa Hocam.
Yeah. Well, for Aussie, I tell him, okay, tell him don't be late next time, and then you can join him after the class.
That's nice. You can join him after the class. That's a very nice advice. Thank you very much, Mustafa Hocam. And
You're
there's
welcome.
another, the suggestion. I believe you should prepare a lesson about the harm of smoking. That's a very nice,
Yeah.
the suggestion. Yeah, you can take this, Aussie teacher. There's a good advice over there. Yeah, you can take
Uh,
it. That's a very nice. And your advice also very nice. You can join him after the lesson. Good. Very nice.
uh,
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right then. You know that Mustafa Hocam, that we live in a technology era,
yeah.
and especially that AI is very popular. The that's
Hmm.
and we can't do anything without AI. I think these days we really everybody actually everybody gets help from AI in their work or something when they want to do.
Hmm.
And as an experienced one, what is your opinion about using artificial intelligence or AI, let's say, in education?
Okay. Generative AI is one of the most important thing that happened at the last year, for or last few years, actually, uh, for the whole world, and for learning, actually, it's also very important. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
uh, in my opinion, we shouldn't discourage students not to use the AI, because when you when people say, it's like when old people used to say, oh, don't use the internet, it's very harmful. Yeah, but actually, the good thing is more than the harmful things in that. And AI is very important, and we should encourage students to use it, but to use it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
with AI they have indefinite exercise that they can do for anything: speaking, listening, reading, grammar, vocabulary. They can use it for themselves. So
I
we should
see.
encourage them to use it,
I
not make
see.
them fear from using it.
I got
But we
it.
should tell them not to use it in a wrong way, not for cheating. Yeah, it's not for cheating.
I
Yeah,
got it. Thank you. Thank you very much. There is another question from Serap teacher. Where does Mustafa live? And is he a teacher in
yeah,
university?
yeah. Yeah, I live in Manisa and I work at the university. Yes, I work at Celal Bayar University,
I see.
a School of Foreign Languages
I
in
see.
here
Thank you. Thank you very
in
much.
Manisa.
And
Thank you
there's another
for
comment. I
listening.
think
Yeah,
Azra makes a comment. I think absolutely knows about its harm, but again is doing. I see. Yeah, you are
yeah.
right. Okay. So yeah, we
Yeah,
now we're talking about some technological things right now, and uh,
yeah.
I want to ask you another question related to this technology. How can
Okay.
ask you the question like how can we, effectively integrate technology into the ELT classroom, to enhance student engagement without compromising the development of interpersonal communication skills?
Well, we can use it to create more activities. We can use it to create games for students.
Mm-hmm.
Students like games. Yeah, even older ones, they like games, and everyone likes games. So yeah, we can use it to create games to make them more concentrated, actually.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
see. Okay,
Hmm.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And another question is setup teacher is asking, do you use AI in class like Suno or other,
Yeah, sure.
this?
I use AI in class for many things. Sometimes I use Sunuya as well, and I use different like Gen AI to create some images about the topic that we are discussing, and then let the students illustrate the image that they see.
Mm-hmm.
And I use also ChatGPT for reading, and I use it also. I use it also to create questions for exams for students as well.
Mm-hmm. I
Hmm.
see. I see. So, and what about the following the technological improvements, Mustafa Hocam? It's not easy to follow them because,
Yeah.
it every day and every second, a lot of things happen in education, in technological era.
Uh,
So, how do you follow this, the technological improvements in education world, and what can you suggest to our audiences about it?
well, the first thing that everyone should do is reading. You should follow the news always and just take some of your time to check the news online. Everyone has a telephone and internet access, and we should follow the news and follow what's happening in the world right now. That's the first thing that everyone should do. Another thing is attending some workshops and conferences. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
a lot of conferences that happen everywhere in every part of the world. We see that, uh, uh, yeah, we can attend, and it's easier after the pandemic actually because we can see that most of the conferences and workshops are done online, and that helps people to attend any conference anywhere in the world easily.
Mm-hmm. I
And
see.
yeah,
I see. Okay,
hmm,
thank you. Thank you very much,
you're
Mustafa
welcome.
Hocam. And what can I say that, the we all need some people, take as a role model for
Yeah.
especially before doing a job or starting something new.
Hmm.
We see this from other peoples and we think that this is something really good and
Hmm.
why I can't do it so I can
Yeah.
make it. So he or she inspired us,
Hmm.
so we do it. Or in another way, we just want to follow the steps of his or her.
Hmm.
because they are a role model for a
Hmm.
lot of people or inspire us. So when you think about yourself, do you have a role model or has anyone inspired you in your life?
Uh, when we talk about role models, I don't have exactly one person to say. I'd love to follow all people that are in my career, and then I follow their footsteps, and I try to take everything good from everyone, which is I think is the most effective way because I think no one is perfect, and that we should learn not only from one person but from a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I see. I remember, for example, my English teacher at high school, and I take from her. I remember teachers that I go to seminars, webinars, conferences, and I take things from them. Uh, the people when I follow online, and I take things from them, and I like to develop myself, yeah, as much as
Mm-hmm. I
I
see.
can.
I can
Yeah,
understand. Okay, thank you. Thank you very
you're
much,
welcome.
Mustafa Hocam. All right. So, the time flies, by the way.
Yeah.
And you know that no, we don't have any idea what's gonna happen in the future. But I just
Hmm.
want to ask you that how do you see yourself? In 10 years, will you still be a teacher, or will you try another job, or do you have different plans in your mind?
Well, related to education, I'd like to make a difference in education in 10 years. I'd like to be um, not only teaching, but also inspiring students,
Yeah.
actually.
Mm-hmm.
Make them understand or make them not understand, but find their goals in life. Yeah.
I
So,
see.
yeah, I try to do this with my students, and I hope I can keep doing it.
Okay, great. Thank you. I hope you will do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
Mustafa Jam, there are a lot of times in our lives and some good times and some bad times, maybe relaxed times, or sometimes we
Yeah.
have some difficult times or we face a lot of challenges in our life, okay? When we face these challenges,
Hmm.
sometimes we cannot handle it, okay? Or we cannot
Yeah.
find the solutions. And at that
Hmm.
time, we say, on our own, oh, I wish I could have a kind of a superpower so I could easily
Hmm.
solve this problem or, handle the problem and fix the problem, maybe we can
Yeah.
say. And when you think about this, okay,
Hmm.
for your classrooms, if you
Hmm.
could have one superpower to use in your classroom,
Hmm.
what would it be and how would it help you?
Okay. Well, superpowers. When we think about
Exactly.
superpowers, yeah, we think about flying or disappearing. But
Whatever you want, that's your superpower. I don't
but
know.
for me, I think if I think about superpower, I'd like to have an instant understanding so that I can understand uh, students, yeah, on spot when they ask something, and so that I can give them uh, the piece of information they are searching for.
I see.
Exactly. Yeah.
I got it. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's
I
for
think
this
we,
nice.
we, we have a question from
Well, let me look.
as
What
a
question?
teacher. She
What
says, how
she
can we
said?
prevent students from cheating
Ah,
uh, answers the
okay.
AI? Actually,
I missed the question. Great. You caught the question. Okay, but
yeah.
I missed it. Great. Yeah.
Well, I
So go
I
ahead,
I,
please.
I think it's very difficult to yeah, to prevent that, but we should collect their mobile phones before exams, or even let them turn them off. Yes, don't make them put it on a flight mode or something, because it's just a button, and they are again online in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Other than this, uh, is not easy. Yeah,
Exactly. Not easy. I got it.
yeah.
Thank
And
you.
she's
Thank you very
asking
much.
about DeepSeek as well. Well,
It's nice. It's
DeepSeek
nice.
is like a part of AI actually, which is uh, sometimes I make comparisons. I open DeepSeek and on part of my computer, and then on the other part I open ChatGPT and I ask the same question for both of them. What I find that DeepSeek actually gives more uh, correct information, but ChatGPT is more organized than DeepSeek. Yeah.
Yeah, we can say that. I believe also that. Okay, so you know that Mustafa Hocam, think that we finished our the interview, and now you go outside and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $100 million, which is a lot, a lot of money. What would you do? But please,
$100 million.
yeah, but please be honest, okay? Be honest. Don't tell us a lie. Tell us the truth, all right?
I'll donate all of them.
Come on, I don't think so. You will donate all of them. Come on, be
Yeah.
realistic.
Well, if I find a lottery ticket and I won 100 million, well, I would definitely donate some of the money because, yeah, I don't think that I can spend $100 million.
Come on,
But
we can.
yeah,
We are human beings, and definitely we can spend $100 million.
yeah. But the thing that I'd love actually to do is to travel the world with that money. I will take time off and travel the world and learn new things. Yes,
I
and
see.
share them with the people I love and with the students and everyone. Yeah.
I got it. Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you very much. But there's a comment. He would give half of it, half of them
To
to
his
his
brother.
brother. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm sure that he will do. I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And maybe, the unknown relatives comes up,
Hmm.
when you have that money.
Exactly.
Someday there are a lot of relatives,
Everyone becomes your
they showing up.
friend.
Exactly, your close friend. Oh, me, Mustafa.
Yeah.
The last time we were together chatting this, or I don't know,
Yeah.
doing something. And you remember when you were 5 years old, we were together and having picnic. So you
Yeah.
remember me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So, as I told you before that the time flies, and now I'm gonna ask you
Yeah.
my last question, Mustafa Hocam, and the most
Okay.
difficult one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What is your motto?
Okay. My motto is learn, inspire, and grow.
That's
That's my
great.
motto in life.
Wonderful. Can
Yes.
you repeat it again, please?
Learn, inspire, and grow.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I think your brother is struggling to convince people that he's your really brother.
He is actually, he's my brother.
He's writing that
Yeah.
I'm actually his brother. But the people that
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, it's wonderful to see that. Okay then, Mustafa Hocam, I'll ask all my questions to you.
Okay.
And before ending up our live session, would you like to add or say or any suggestions to the people
Well,
or audiences?
yeah. Uh, One thing that I'd like to say to everyone is that uh, love your students and give them time to speak in your class because that's actually is the key for them to enjoy your lesson. Because when
Mm-hmm.
students are interacting in the classroom, that's the best way for them to be happy and not get bored anytime. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what
I
I'd like
see.
everyone
Okay.
to do. Yeah,
I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mustafa
you're
Hocam.
welcome.
And I would like to say one more time, thank you very much for your advice, especially for your suggestions, okay? And your your suggestions, as I said. And the most important thing is, I would like to say thank you very much for spending your time, all right, with us
Yeah.
here with our Teacher Talks 195th session. That was really awesome. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So, you're welcome. And Mustafa Ghoniem was with us tonight with Teacher Talks 195th,
Mhm.
and we had a very fruitful session. And as you know that we are going to be here next week on Monday and at 9 p.m. And until the next time, wherever you are, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, And until the next time, as I told you, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, Mustafa Hocam. And bye bye,
Thank you very
everybody.
much.
And
Bye.
peace.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good evening and have a good day, everybody.